Greetings, programs. This is Wretch. I'd like to welcome you to a retrospective of one of my favorite arcade games that I grew up with, Golden Axe. A game that doesn't really need a whole lot of introduction. It was probably the first high fantasy beat-em-up in the style of Double Dragon. And the premise of it, real easy. You have Axe Battler here, the barbarian. His mother was killed by Death Adder. This is one of the main characters. And then we have a barbarian woman who harnesses the power of fire to great effect. Tyris Flare, the Amazon. Her father and mother were killed by Death Adder. Death Adder, obviously the villain of the game. And then the mighty dwarf wielding the golden axe, who harnesses the power of lightning, Gilius Thunderhead, the dwarf. And his brother was killed by Death Adder. And these three, you choose one of them, or multiples, depending on, the cabinet that you're playing. And you guys go forth to take on him, Death Adder himself, the big nasty. Who, when I was a kid, I didn't think that, when I read Death Adder, I never thought that Adder was named after a snake. I thought it was kind of like just an addition thing. He added death. If there was a place that didn't have death, he added it. That's kind of weird, isn't it? Well, let's go ahead and insert a coin, which we already did, and we'll see how many coins we have to put into this machine to finish it off. So, we'll enter up. And who should we pick? We've got Axe Battler, Gilius Thunderhead, and Tyris Flare. During these kind of games, I'm a sucker for dwarves. So let's go with Gilius. And there's our friend Alex. And there goes our friend Alex. Now, the entire premise of this game is, besides going for revenge, the king and the princess have been kidnapped by Death Adder, and you have to go rescue them. And you have your own scores to settle. And you can see here, this is a very basic beat-em-up. The dwarf has his normal choppy moves. He has a running charge, which he can use to great effect. And if he gets surrounded, he can go ahead and use that move. And hopefully not actually get hit like I just did right there. And a body slam, if you're lucky. And bam! This is obviously based... Oh, okay. These are gnomes. You punt them to get magic power. And rightfully so. I hate gnomes. Hey! Quit oppressing the peasantry. And that was an evil Amazon. Ow. Tail whip is super effective. And you can go ahead and mount these guys and have your own offensive mount, which makes the level a whole lot easier. More gnomes. You smack these guys for the blue pots, which increase your magic power. We really don't have to worry about that with Gilius, because Gilius is the least magic powered character. He's all about the melee with the golden axe. Oh! Make sure we get to the boss with this guy. And for some reason, this seems to be bugged. And pummel bash and kick, and we lost our mount. Of course we did. Let's finish him off with a nice cocky rolling strike. Ah, here's another one. That's convenient. And he's not on the screen. Let's get him on the screen. There we go. Now you see the brothers Dunder here. These are the bosses, and they do hit. They can toss you if you get too close, and they like to mock you. Oh! So, use that tail whip, and try and take out these guys as quickly as possible before they hit you with their hammer, because they will not give you an inch. And you have your own charge with the mount, using, I don't know what this thing would be, actually. And you have some magic power. Oh, it scared the mount away. Oh! Did you see that expert dive? Finish it off with a body slam. Now, between levels, there's this little camping scene where the gnomes steal your stuff, or just are running around, and you punt them to get it back and get some extra stuff as well. Our sworn enemy Death Adder is in his castle. We'll take a shortcut through the Turtle Village. Fair enough. As you can see, this is based on the old... Whoa! Where are you going? That never bodes well. Based off the 80s barbarian movies and fantasy stuff. I was kind of curious what you guys watched. Like, what was your favorite 80s or late 70s fantasy movie? You had a lot to choose from, man. We were very blessed back then. For me, my favorite now at my age is Willow. I love Willow. Willow was our Lord of the Rings. It really was. But I think when I was a kid, the one I watched the most, I didn't know if I actually liked it better than the others, but I watched Red Sonja. They were going for trying to do a female version of Conan, and they rocked out the Marvel, I think she's Marvel comic book character, Red Sonja. And she was pretty cool. The movie doesn't really hold up well now, but back in the day, I love that movie. Bridget Nielsen, back at the height of her attractiveness, had Arnold Schwarzenegger and that I think he was Chinese, little Chinese kid who was in everything back then. Let's cook up some gnomes for magic power. And hey, let the woman go. That's rude. As you can see, having the dragon makes life a lot easier for you. Toasty! Another dragon. And these guys will try their best to knock you off, so... Oh. Alright. That's the boss, technically, of this level, the skeleton guy. And get used to him, because he's going to be a normal foe later in the game. There we go. And you can see the dragon is camped out with us and runs off because the gnomes. So we're gonna make the gnomes pay for it. The green ones drop, like, meatloaf, and you can eat that. Or charred boar, whatever, you know, assorted meat product. Get ourselves healed up and more magic power. The village was on the back of a giant turtle. The turtle takes us south across the sea. That was a lucky break, wasn't it? And look, Sega written on the blocks. Oh! Ow! Out of range there. Let's try and get this guy. One-shot kills for days. The pink dragon, the most powerful and nasty of the dragons. Oh! No, you are not tail whipping me. It's a mount war. Who will survive? The dwarf will. Yeah, but I dug Red Sonja. Red Sonja was pretty cool, I thought, growing up. I just loved anything based in those fantasy worlds, man. You had... In the 80s, you had that. You had Krull. Never-ending Story. Willow, as I said before. There was the turtle head. And two of the big brothers are going to bust out of here. There you go. But since you have this dragon, life's going to be a lot easier for you. And he's going to charge. And don't give him a chance to breathe. Ho! Because having this dragon makes this level so much easier. Step up! Fricassee some gnomes. We're already full up on magic power, but it's so satisfying. Alright, some little binkies here. We gotta make sure that we keep this dragon. Excellent. And we're gonna have a... There he is. Or take out his escorts. And he should be easy mode after this. He's really nasty to fight in close combat, which we'll probably see a little bit later. He's got a lot of range with that big sword. Dwarves fight smart. Or at least this one does. Ah! Gnome! Gnome violence! So nice, so satisfying. Steal their food and their magics. We have come in close vicinity of the castle, but the way is packed by enemy lines. We must dare the fiend's path to reach the castle. This was my least favorite level, because there are a lot of skeleton warriors. See, when I was younger, I played this at the bowling alley, in the town I grew up. When we were younger, there was a proper arcade called Game World that was in our little mall, but we never actually got a chance to really appreciate it as much as we'd like to. And it closed down, but still, there were still a few arcade games, you know, scattered around town, and Golden Axe was at the bowling alley we hung out at it. And this was my game, man. Back when I was in my prime, I'm not in my prime anymore, and it's very weird to play this with a Xbox controller. I could get the Death Adder on 1/4. My skills aren't as good as they used to be, unfortunately. But that's where you tested your mettle, was playing Golden Axe. At least among our friends. We've put so many quarters into that game. Even, you know, like back during the late 90s, we still did. And the skating rink that we had Golden Axe 2, The Return of Death Adder. Never really got to play that one as much as I wanted to. However, the roller rink did have an arcade game that I will be doing a retrospective of here soon that probably every single person has played or at least tried to play once, at least if you're into that, you know, mid-90s, late 90s arcade games. Alright, here comes the bosses. These are kind of the black shadow troops who materialize undead, pretty much. Ow. Alright, here's our first continue. So we spent 50 cents so far. Body slam. And here come the skeleton guys. Any moment now. There you are. You're trying to get a cheap shot on me. Ow. Well, you succeeded. Shazam! Just try and get through that as quickly as possible. And we just gotta bob and weave through these guys. Pick our spots. And don't get hit like that, like a chump. Oh, there we go. And I think it's just him left. I don't think we have any more. Ow. Let's see if we can... There, that made up for it. Horns in the stomach. And let's get some magic power from the punting gnome. Excuse me. The Fiend's Path was a great eagle. We are taken across the skies to the castle, and now the final battle begins. We had some good fortune. Excuse me. Good fortune with all these, you know, areas being on top of giant animals. Oh! Jumping slash. Not gonna get the best of me like that. Boot! Fight on the edge. Don't give them a chance. Ow. Don't give them a chance to backstab you. Or at least minimize it as much as you can. Hup! And unfortunately, it doesn't look like we can throw these guys off. I remember in the Genesis version you could. This game was ported over to Genesis, and I know a lot of people actually played the game for the first time on the Genesis console. But I'm kind of a traditionalist when it comes to this kind of stuff. Let's give me a dragon. I like it. Might want to avert your eyes there, Eagle. And thank you for the lift, by the way. Alright, what's next? Red guards. They're a bit nasty. Just gonna go forward just a little bit and take these guys out one at a time. You wanker. Come here. Alright, these got 3 of them. And we gotta make sure... It's like, we really want to keep this dragon. Ow, don't run away. Ow, you ran away. Alright, life just got a little bit harder for us. Because we have kind of one shot with that dragon. I think it's the only mountain in the entire level. Ack. Alright, 75 cents. Got both of them. Alright, here's one of the red guards. We gotta make sure that we don't get shield bashed like we did just there. And he has a counterpart. Alright, we couldn't hold it off. Serpentine! Serpentine! And try and take these guys out quickly. Ah! And he lifted me up and body slammed me. That wasn't nice. Magic? Yes? My strength wasn't as much as it could have been. It's okay. We got this guy cornered. And he'll throw me up if he gets cornered. Good to know. Ow! Here's the dollar. This is where it gets tough. I don't remember how I was able to get these guys with on 1/4. I think because I was able to keep the dragon. Like I said, I'm very out of practice. There's one. This guy should be pretty easy now. You have to just wait for him to slash and stay out of range, and then do that. Do the rolling shot. Oh! Allegedly. Okay, I've had enough of you. Boot! Man! I don't remember this being this hard. $1.25. Yes, sir. That right here is, I think, is the nastiest because you have this small little space to fight them in, and they have such a long reach. Okay, I think we're getting close to Death Adder. Give me your manas. So much manas. Yeah, that's Death Adder's music. I remember that everywhere. There's his armor. And we don't want to use magic yet. And there's the king and queen. Because skeleton guards are going to show up, and they are not going to be pleasant customers. There's the boss. Your typical nasty barbarian warlord kind of thing. With a big axe. It's going to be axe on axe action. There's one of the skeletons. Oh! That guy actually saved me. You know what? Gotta do it now. And didn't kill any of them. Look at that. Oh! Right into Death Adder. Did that kill him? No, of course not. That's he keeps on wanting to launch me over those shots. I'm really appreciative. $1.50? And I have a little bit of magic, so we'll use it. And there we go. Finished him off. That should be the final skeleton guard right there. So let's try and take these guys on because Death Adder is very slow. Oh, there's one more. Never mind. My mistake. Woo! That's gonna take one of our lives regardless. Too bad it doesn't hit the enemies. Just gotta tuck and weave. Serpentine strikes. Boot! Just gonna hit that. Chop. Dang it. Oh! Okay, I think we're about to hit our $1.75, guys. Death Adder's hitting those strikes. Yep, here it comes. Let's hit our magic. As soon as we get those skeletons taken care of, the better it'll be. Alright, biggin. Oh, still one to go. And I cannot jump over those to save my life. Okay, boss. I just need to take care of this guy. And then you and I can just have our one-on-one battle. Here we go. That's right, Pummel Bash. And now he'll throw. Oh, he was waiting for me. It's okay. We still got one. Ow. There we go. We just gotta wait for him to hit those shots and then move up in on him. So come on. Ah, we gotta position ourselves right. There we go. Pummel Bash. He's gonna try and swoop on us. There we go. Just gotta duck and weave like a dwarf does. Out! And die horribly. $2. We can do this on $2. Oh! That hits even if you hit him before he slams it. That's upsetting. Oh, we got some magic, don't we? Shazam! Hup! I think we need to kill him with the golden axe. That's why I always pick Gilius here. It's appropriate. Got a lot of life to you. Come on. Give up the ghost. No, don't slice me. Give up the ghost. I said. There we go. Woo. That's a way to go. I think we're cutting the line down. Yes, we are. Thank you, Gilius. You gave my father a concussion. Congratulations. Very loudly. And Great Axe. It wasn't even the right name of the game. And using some sort of typical 80s magic, all the villains kind of come out of the game. And chase after the people playing it. And here come our heroes. Gilius bringing up the rear. See, this right here would have made an awesome 80s movie plot. You know, all the villains come out of the video game and the heroes come out. I know there have been kind of variations of that game, of that movie before, or of that story. I think it'd be pretty cool. Hokari Sweat. Doi Doi video game. So obviously this was in Japan, so it's not our problem, right? Presented for you by Sega, and see you next game. So that was Golden Axe, guys, a classic. There's actually an extra stage on the Genesis version. I don't remember what it is, though. And we got ourselves a C. So average. But considering the fact I'm very out of practice, I'm proud of that, so good job, Gilius. You've done me proud. But that was Golden Axe, guys. I hope you enjoyed the little playthrough. If you liked the video, go ahead and click like down below, subscribe to the channel, or leave a comment. That'd be greatly appreciated. And we'll catch you next time. Later days, everyone.